And welcome to another brand new episode of live Forex trading. So, trying to set up a system here, trying to check if the YouTube is running pretty well. So that's why it took me a little bit while to jump in the mic. But for now, looking at the market is pretty much moving in pound yen. Look at this. All right, so just checking the system, the mics, and looks like everything is fine. Everything is fine. And this is what we're gonna do. Bang, bang, bang. This can go down. And checking the YouTube one last time. YouTube is fine, and some of my Slack friends are coming in the Zoom session. That is lovely. That is lovely. And we do have some of the guys hopping in the YouTube stream side by side. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. We're gonna jump into our pairs in the next 1 or 2 minutes. Until then, stay patient and keep yourself calm. Keep yourself calm. All right, just give me a second. Trying to turn on my terminal. So my terminal is up and running at this point in time. Terminal is running. Beautiful. All right, now. All right, so good morning, guys. Good morning. So Rudenok says hi all. Vic says morning on YouTube. Omar says everything good on YouTube. Beautiful. That is nice. That's all we want. We want things to run nice and smooth. For now, so looking into pound yen from a daily sort of a perspective. Now let's start breaking down our chart. So obviously we do have some of the drawings here. Some of the I would say details here, right? So some of the charting ideas here. But looking at the daily time frame, look at this. So the current daily candle is very bearish. The previous daily candle in GJ closed bearish with a very long rejection wick on the top. So the current daily candle also rejected the top and heading down, also breaking the lows at this point of time. Seems like price could actually push down. So the price is right now heading closer to the daily support, closer and closer. So the range from the current price to the daily support is in about 30 pips. So it's quite interesting how it's moving, right? So the current weekly candle is still bearish. On a weekly time frame, my bias was buys on a weekly sort of a time frame, but obviously current weekly candle is still bearish. So for a proper ideal buying sort of situation, I need to see pound yen flipping, right? But on the other hand, I also know that this is the last day of the week. So the weekly candle is still maintaining a bearish posture. So what's happening, right? Is it ranging because there is a major news event today? Maybe that's why. That's why it's kind of ranging. That could be the case too. That could be the case. So in about after 30 minutes from the NY Open, we have this NFP. So that's going to move the market somewhere. So that will be interesting, isn't it? At this point in time, so the daily candle is bearish, very close to the daily support, 30 pips in about 30 pips. So if we jump into the 4-hour time frame, so what can we see? We can see that clearly this 153, 195, and 152, 775 was a range before. It was a 4-hour candles range side by side where the candles were ranging, and the price is approaching the same range at this point in time, has entered that range. A 4-hour candle is still inside that range, and this was the first 4-hour candle that actually broke below this 4-hour support, potential 4-hour support. This was the first candle, and this candle did a retest. So after this candle did a proper retest, man, selling bias was on. Just looking at the 4-hour candles, 100%. I definitely know traders who took sales here. I mean, I missed out. Obviously, this was a move that happened around, let's see when exactly that happened, right? But if you look into the 4-hour time frame, it kind of makes sense. It kind of makes sense that the 4-hour candle is kind of bearish. It does make sense. After this candle broke this 4-hour support, the candle did its proper retest around the level and is starting to head down. Obviously, price seems as if it's actually still around this 153, 195 level. That could be a potential support level at the same time. So I have to be a little bit careful. Now, even if 4-hour candle is bearish, it's actually important to see what the smaller time frame candles are doing. Right? So a smaller time frame candles are doing for now. Look at this. So the current 2-hour candle is going to close in the next 19 minutes. Looks like market is pretty bearish here from around, I would say, London session. This is the time when London session started. So the London market caused pound yen to fall down pretty heavy. So from London open till about now, the market has dropped about 56 pips. So this is what I want to see. If candles start reacting around 153, 195, making some sort of support here, I mean, prices can move up. But for now, looking at the candles, looking at the most recent price action, it's kind of rejecting the top, rejecting the top, rejecting the top. So maybe if the candles are willing to move down, this is what I want to see. If the candles are moving down, I want to see something like this on a smaller time frame. If this is actually happening, that will be lovely. That way, I clearly know that, you know what, there's a potential lower low forming, and that could be a possible sign for me before I take a sell. Obviously, this channel is no financial advisory channel. This is for educational purposes only. So guys, make sure you do your own bit of research before investing your money or before putting your money in any sort of instrument. This channel is discreetly about discussing ideas, critiquing instruments, and having some good times with my Slack friends here. Okay, so the YouTube guys, definitely you can learn stuff here and there. Maybe you can, but you have to do your own bit of research before you do investment in any sort of instruments. That's the first thing. And watch this. At this point in time, as I said, for sales, I am more comfortable to wait for a lower low before anything. But if you look into the 2-hour time from individually, look at this. Look at the way how the 2-hour candles have formed. Look at this. Dun, dun, dun. Previous 2-hour candle made its proper high before heading down. And this current 2-hour candle also made a proper high, a proper top wick before heading down. So if there's enough volume in the market, there is actually chances that, you know what, price can push down without making any lower low. So I'm going to keep an eye open for selling sort of a situation here, and I will see what's going to happen. So the current 2-hour candle is going to close in the next 16 minutes. So it's actually important to wait for this candle to actually close. Da, 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 da. All right, somebody messaged me on the Forex family saying they love the way I speak. Okay, that's pretty cool. It's Malcolm. It's Malcolm, my friend. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Nice support. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the support. All right, look at the way how the candles have actually pierced through 153, 195. It also seems as if there's a clear range on the left-hand side. So if the prices in pound yen are dropping from the current price all the way down till this recent support, it's in about 30 pips of range. So why not scale into it? Right, definitely makes sense for selling sort of a situation. If this current hourly candle closes below this hourly support, I'm going to keep an eye open for a potential sell. But until then, obviously, in the back of the head, the most ideal situation for me is to wait for the candles to make a proper resistance. So do I see a resistance on an hourly? Maybe no. So what do I do? Now, at this point in time, I know hourly candle is going to close in the next 15 minutes. So I have to head into the 30-minute and see what 30-minute is doing. Oh, look at this. So the 30-minute has actually made a proper resistance around this level. It's actually interesting, isn't it? It's actually interesting how 30-minute actually made a proper resistance before moving down. So if you guys are experienced in the market, you will definitely see prices. You definitely see prices making resistance in a downtrend. It does make a resistance. It forms a proper structure, which is the ideal way to actually speculate into the market, right? So for now, look at this. So the price has broken below 153, 195, which was actually a key level before. If you look into the 153, 195 level, look at the way how prices has engaged in that level previously. Historically, price has engaged with 153, 195 several times. So if the price has actually broken below, I would love to see a rejection around this level so that the price can head further down. So that's all my bias is in pound yen, all right? So obviously in about hour and 45 minutes, we have this NFP. So maybe that's going to move the market in a crazy way today. So until then, I'm just staying calm, you know. So the previous 15-minute candle in pound yen closed bearish below 153, 195. So it looks very nice for sell, but I'm not going to take a sell here. I mean, some of the guys can take sell, you know. I know some of the guys are going to take it. But for me, it's not comfortable, right? At this point in time, it's not comfortable. If it's going to push down with volume, it is what it is. But for me, I am going to wait for a proper resistance like this. Look at this. Do you see this? Okay, let me see. For the guys, for the beginner traders out there on YouTube, if you guys are working to see what sort of setups you guys should be, what sort of setup you guys should be looking for, you should definitely look for structures like this. For example, if the most recent trend in pound yen is bearish, look at the way how the candles are moving. It's making this. Oh, sorry about that. It's actually making structures like this. Look at this. Bum 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 bum. So did you see how the price is moving? It's actually pretty clear. Anybody can tell you that price, you know what? In a trend moves in structures like this. So if this is going to happen one more time, if this is going to happen, that is amazing. So got to wait for that. I'm going to wait for that. If somebody else is going to take a trade, if they're going to work it out, if they're going to take 10, 12 pips, I mean, good on them, but I am just going to wait. So it's a good idea for me to wait. That's something I've built over time. Oh my God. And I hope my mic on the Zoom is actually clear. I don't know if it's clear. I hope it's clear. So waiting is one of the skills I've developed over time by a lot of losers, a lot of learning, so a lot of experience. So I am comfortable waiting rather than taking a trade feeling missed out. So I don't feel missed out. I don't feel missed out at all. 100%. I never. Trust me on that. So I can wait a little bit more before the market moves. I mean, if it's going to move, if it's not going to give me any entry, it's still okay. It's still okay. This is not the end of the world, you know. It seems really tempting. Look at this. I know beginner traders, how they lose money. I do know because I was a beginner trader too. And I did experience the same sort of situations, right? So what I would do is, for example, I would see the market dropping so hard and I would take a sell at the bottom of the price. Man, if you do that, the market's going to kick your ass. So do you really want to be kicked in your ass? I don't think so. So you got to put yourself in the best position to win. So maybe a best position to win would be to let the market create structures like this, and that's when you kind of attack, right? Until then, you got to wait. Until then, you got to wait. All right. So Omar says everything good, and Amir Ali Khan says no trades on gold. All right, we'll have a look at gold. We will have a look at gold. Until then, pound yen is looking very juicy, so keeping an eye on juicy pound yen at this point in time. And this right here, 152 985 could be an early rejection point in pound yen. For me, 152 985 could be an early rejection point from the current price action. From the current price point, it's in about 13 pips, so it's okay. For me, it's okay. So I'm gonna wait. So I'm going to wait for the price to make at least a 15-minute resistance like this. Look at the way how the current 15-minute candle is retracing, right? So this is something I've seen over time, and that's why I gotta wait. And that's where I wait. Oh, Tater Tots is here. Mr. Tater Tots is here, and he says, my man, Tater Tots, my man. Alrighty. Beauty. Bum, bum, bum. And I'm going to turn on some music. So we are going to chill. Let me know if the music is on YouTube. And let me know if the music is too loud at the same time. Just give me a second. And all right. Alrighty. I hope the music is on. I hope the music is on. And we are back to the charts again. So look at this. This was the situation I was talking about, right? As a beginner trader, when I traded pound, yen, and any other instrument, I would sell at the very end, and that's where I got liquidated by the market several times. So do I really want that again, man? I don't want to feel that pain again, right? I really don't want to feel that pain again. So what do? So the best medication for those pains was sort of wait. If I wait, I see what the market is planning to do. But if I don't wait, if I'm too much impatient, maybe the market's gonna kick my ass. So for now, I'm just waiting. Obviously, the bias in pound yen until now is sell. So going to see what's gonna happen. Let's look into gold at the same time. It's gold is moving. Gold has tapped that top of that 4-hour range. This top of the 4-hour range was actually determined few streams back, right? So 1787.85 was a key level, and apparently price has actually rejected the bottom level and drived all the way up. So that is quite interesting because according to the NFP sort of news, they're actually expecting good numbers. So what does that tell us? That tells us that, you know what? Maybe US dollar could actually push gold down. That could be the case. And if that is the case, maybe all of this that's happening right now is only a liquidity grab. That could be the case. That could be the case. I'm not in gold, man. To be honest, I'm not in any gold trade right now. I am not in any gold trade at this point in time. And funny thing, you know what happened yesterday? So after I closed the stream and I was actually reviewing the videos before I took a break, before I slept. So what I saw was I saw an opportunity in pound USD at that time. So 30 minutes after the NYSE, and I took a sell yesterday. And it worked out beautiful. That was way over my trading time. But sometimes you get the opportunity and you cannot say no, you know. So I took it. That was beautiful. Yesterday, that was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So that was taken on a daily sort of a perspective, you know, and I anticipated the NYSE after volume to push the price down. So that was lovely. So looking at the pound USD alone from a daily sort of a perspective, look at this. Pound USD has some space to push down. To be honest, there is some space. So it's quite interesting, isn't it? It is quite interesting. Yep. Pretty interesting, to be honest. Let's look at pound JPY one more time. Looks like pound JPY is going to be the attraction today here. Pound JPY. Pound AUD also pushing down. Interesting. Am I going to get some sort of a pound yen sell? Or what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Alright, so the current hourly candle has 5 more minutes left for its close, and it still has some bearish posture. It has tapped this hourly sort of a support area at this point in time, and it's still acting around that level. I would love to see an hourly candle close below 153, 195 at least. So if the prices start closing below that level, I would start building my bias and ideas to take some sort of sell. But I have to wait. Mr. Pound JPY, I have to wait. So dun 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 dun. And all right, so is the YouTube stream working side by side? Is it working, or what's happening? Is it any good? 4 more minutes left for its close. 4 more minutes. Gold is pushing down nice and slow. All right, interesting. So we are still waiting. 4 more minutes left for its close. 4 more. And just waiting and waiting. All right, so at this point in time, so the hourly candle is still below 153, 195 at level, and is showing some sort of wick on the bottom side, which is actually a good sign. Which is actually a good sign. So if the price is willing to push down, I have to see candles making some sort of resistance in the smaller time frame. So in the lower time frame, that could make sense. That could make sense. So we are still waiting and waiting. At this point in time, waiting and waiting. Bum 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 bum. And dun 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 dun. And a 30-minute time frame is also bearish below 153, 195. I mean, I am not in any sort of position yet, but keeping my eyes open for any sort of potential opportunity. Boom, 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 boom. Going to see what's going to happen in the next 15 seconds. All right, so the way pound yen is retracing, that is actually quite interesting, right? So I really want to see some sort of rejection around 153, 195, or at least a resistance in a 15-minute time frame. So we'll see what's going to happen. It's quite interesting how the way the hourly candle has closed at this point in time, candles retracing, because it actually makes sense. So look at the way how the previous 1 hour candle closed, right? So the previous 1 hour candle actually closed below the recent 1 hour support on the left hand side. So look at this. Look at this. This was the recent 1 hour support, and this candle closed below that recent support. And the current hourly candle has made a top wick. I mean, that is not a decent wick, but it does have a top wick. You know, that is a sign for the candle to push down. So I am not in any position yet, because this is the first few minutes of the hour, and I know that the candles can retrace even higher. But if there's enough volume in the market, candles can push it even down. If I'm going to miss this entry, I am okay about it. To be honest, I'm okay about it. I know this is the pre-New York, and we see a lot of volume in the market, but if I'm going to miss out on this trade, I am okay about it. I'm definitely okay about it. Look at the way how the previous 2 hour candle closed. That is a confident candle right there with a very strong bearish posture. This previous candle was a very huge candle. So it has a proper bearish body with a proper low wick, proper top wick. I mean, the current 2 hour candle in its first few minutes, if it's going to burst down, I mean, it is what it is. But I have to wait. I have to wait a little bit more. I have to see if this current candle could make a wick, reject this vicinity, and that would be lovely. That would be lovely. Okay. Nice. Look at the way the 5-minute candles are forming here. 5-minute candles also seems as if it's actually ranging side by side at this point in time. So if candles are ranging, have to see candles break in one other direction and move consistent, right? Until then, just waiting to see what's going to happen. Our 15-minute candle retracing up. That's a good sign. All right, so the current 15-minute candle has tapped that 153, 195 level. I am actually keeping my eyes open at this point in time, because the current 30-minute candle, also for the candles to push down, right? So with respect to 30-minute candles body and candles top wick, high, low wick, whatever, you know. So if this current 30-minute candle actually respects the previous 30-minute candle's high and starts rejecting this 153, 195 sort of a vicinity, that is going to be a nice sign for me. So let's see what's going to happen. I mean, we are obviously in the first few minutes of this hourly candles open, so we'll see what's going to happen. Interesting and interesting. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So the higher, so here's another thing, right? So for beginner traders to make notes, obviously, I'm gonna repeat this one more time. This channel is no financial advisory, but obviously, the educational part, the critiques we do here, the ideas we discuss, maybe could be an interesting factor you can note down and look into by your own look into on your own research, right, on your own time. So these are the things you can actually backtest on your own as well. So for now, look at this. So the current hourly candle retracing even deeper is only going to provide me with a better opportunity to enter. So I would love to see this hourly candle retracing even higher before actually pushing down. So that way my bias has a better range to play into. Okay, so let's see what's gonna happen. For now, the current hourly candle, we are 7 minutes in this current hourly candle. 7 minutes in this hourly candle.